Thanks, Lindsay. I am going to tell you a little bit about what we do. For those of you who've never heard of me, I'm Nick Lancaster. I'm the Director of Resort Operations at Langdale Estate. That's a general manager by any other title. I operate, because there's no other Lakeland hotels here, the best Lake District hotel. Other Lake District hotels are available, obviously. I actually operate a 56-bedroom hotel. We've just put on another few bedrooms, but I'll come to that in a moment. I have 2 restaurants, a pub, a leisure complex, 100 timeshare properties, which are self-catering properties. And we turn over about £6.5 million, but we employ 200 people. It's in a 180-acre resort, and it's in beautiful grounds. We were seriously developed back in the 1980s, and it's in the heart of the Langdale Valley, which by anybody's standards is one of the most beautiful parts of the Lake District, if not the world. It's absolutely amazing. So I'm going to take, I'm told, 6 minutes to tell you a 20-year journey for us, and also where Kimberly-Clark fit in. Originally, when we were bought out in about 1996 by our present owners, the timeshare owners. They wanted to preserve our independence and ensure our survival as an organisation and as a property. At the same time, those owners also started a visitor giving programme that's donated about £200,000 in the intervening years to footpath repair. So a bit of a plus there for us as well at the moment. Those two things really explain our ethos. In the long term, it's about a long-term, ongoing approach to sustainability. The building on the screen is there. It's a property called Brimstone. It's a 3.2 million development for us. Huge amount of money for us as a small company, but it's 16 new hotel bedrooms. They will ensure our economic sustainability moving forward. And that's really important to us. Without an economic sustainability, without being profitable, we can't do anything else. But then there's also the environment. The Lake District is amongst some of the most beautiful areas of the world. And we as a business have a symbiotic relationship with it. It needs to prosper. We need to protect it. Without that landscape, there is no Langdale. We just wouldn't have a business. There is no business model. And we also need to protect our community and make sure that that thrives and is prosperous. And we have to be responsible about all of that. Okay, so that's me and my soapbox, really. But what about, where does that fit in? And where does Kimberly-Clark fit into that? Lindsay's twitching a little bit now because I haven't mentioned them. Well, actually, they provide us with a great example of what our approach and how we go about that. It's about a holistic approach, and our washroom solution fits almost perfectly with that approach. It involves, as was mentioned, toilet tissue and hand soap. Those toilet tissue dispensers mean that we reduce our waste. It ensures that my team, the customer gets what they expect. They don't get great clumps of toilet tissue falling out all over the place. There's an antibactericidal soap and hand gel. Again, that foaming soap means that there's a reduced risk of overuse, but also of cross-contamination around the site. So we reduce absenteeism, which is good for our business. There's also a risk of norovirus in our properties and the spread of that. It reduces that. So it reduces some serious business risks for us. The foam also, as was mentioned, means less product going down the pipes, the sewers. It means we use less water. And that has a number of benefits. To us, some fairly easy ones. So that means I use less water, less cost, less heat to do that. And that again reduces our cost. But actually to the Lake District, there's also a benefit, but it takes a little more explaining. Langdale, the property, sits on the Great Langdale Beck. Ultimately, all our sewage goes into a local treatment plant and heads down that beck into Windermere. So the foam reduces the amount of chemical we put into the water, and ultimately the amount of chemical that ends up in Windermere. So what, you might think? Well, over many years, the balance of nutrients in Windermere itself has become unsustainable. The lake isn't in great health. Each summer it hosts thousands, maybe millions of visitors. And yet more and more regularly it also hosts blooms of blue-green algae, which are toxic. So I need to do my bit as a business to ensure that the lake is healthy and prosperous. I need to do it for two reasons. One is that visitor. I need that visitor to maintain my business. The other is that my marketing team aren't too keen on the idea of promoting a toxic cesspit. It's a bit of a stretch for even them. So, despite not being on the lake, we're very keen supporters of a thing called the Windermere Reflections and Love Your Lakes. It's a great project. But really that isn't the end of the story that started with the loo. Because we've talked about Kimberly-Clark, which sounds like a bit of a global leviathan really, but actually to me it's a local company. Its plant in Barrow-in-Furness is about 20 miles from us, and we hope and we look to source local produce. So it is a local producer for me, and that helps me maintain my local community and the prosperous nature that I need from that. So there continues to be projects like that, and there will always be projects like that, but Kimberly-Clark fits perfectly with that, and our washroom solution fits nicely into that. It's our role as guardians of the Lake District, and our part of it, just to look after it, both as a business, the environment, but also for that local community as well. Okay, I'm being told time's up, so. But that really is what I've got to say. It's about the holistic approach to it all. Thank you.